Hello there, my name is Morris, and this is my quick review of Back to the Future Part 2 by Images Software, released in 1990 on PC. As if the movie cash-in game of Part 1 wasn't bad enough, somehow they got to make a second game, and it's every bit as impossible as the first. This time, you're on a hoverboard, and you'll see things that they had in the films whizzing by, probably damaging your health while they do. The controls barely work, and everything's a hazard in this paperboy-like experience. Apparently, there are other sequences to the game that aren't like this, but who knows if you'll ever get to them without using cheats, because this bit is nigh impossible enough. As it's a DOS game and not using full VGA graphics, everyone looks like they've got jaundice. I'd say it's probably best to avoid this, and while you're at it, most other movie tie-in games from that era, they're usually absolutely crap. Unless you can think of any that were really great games that could stand their own next to another top game of that era, just give us a comment, eh? Go on. Hop on then. How many bleeding call centre workers does it take to change a light bulb? Just the one. But he's got to bleed and do it while you're eating dinner. Why don't blind people skydive? Because it scares the shit out of their dogs. No. Hello there, my name is Morris, and this is my quick review of O.D.T by Psygnosis, released in 1998 on PlayStation. Ready for a frustrating trek through a steampunk nightmare? Play as one of 4 hapless heroes in this action RPG that sees your airship, the Naughty Flyers, crash land into a tower filled with poorly lit corridors, nonsensical puzzles, and enemies that seem designed to ruin your day. You gotta collect parts of the airship, rescue the captain, and retrieve a magical green pearl for some reason. Apparently this game was inspired by the Chaos engine, but I can't see it, to be honest. The graphics have a sort of PS1 charm to them, but navigation is so awkward, the platforming parts end up being very frustrating, combat feels clunky with no strafing or dodging, and it makes navigating really unrewarding. Maybe this was more impressive at the time. After all, if you just wasted 35 quid on a game, you'll convince yourself it's not that bad. Not much to revisit, I'm afraid, with this one. I remembered it being better, but looks like I should have left it in the past. Nostalgia can be a cruel mistress sometimes. Go on. Hop on then. This is a story about a little cat called Mittens. All you Gen Xers will be able to relate to this. Mittens lived with the Smith family. There was Dad, Mum, Thomas and Helga, and over the years Mittens had many litters of little kittens. First there was a litter of 4, then a little litter of 3, then a litter of 5. Each time she had kittens, the Smith family would ooh and ah over the new beautiful little kittens. Dad joked that each time it was costing them a fortune in cat food and vet bills, and all the Smith family laughed at that. Mittens noticed though that with each litter, Dad sounded just a little bit more serious every time he told it. Mittens had just had another litter of 8 kittens this time, but this time around, the Smith family didn't gather round oohing and ahhing at the Mittens' new kittens. This time, Dad bundled Mittens and all her kittens up into a big Hessian sack and threw them into a river. Needless to say, there were no more food and vet bills, but now Thomas and Helga and Mrs. Smith could only visit Mr. Smith on the weekends while he was in prison. The moral of the story, kids, is if you don't want to be taking care of loads of kittens, take your fucking cat to the vets and get it spayed, or else you won't be seeing your dad for 5 years. Why don't blind people skydive? Because it scares the shit out of their dogs. No.
100 people are dead.
Hello there, my name is Morris, and this is my quick review of Legacy of Kain Reaver by Crystal Dynamics, released in 1999 on PlayStation. Ready to sink your teeth into a gothic adventure? This game serves up a hearty helping of vampire drama, twisted realms, and more soul-sucking than watching the Star Wars franchise swirl slowly down the toilet. You play as Raziel, a former vampire lieutenant turned wraith, out for revenge against his creator Kain, who got a bit jealous of Raziel's new wings, so he breaks him and throws Raziel into the abyss, the bleeding rotten git. Raziel is resurrected and sent out on a quest for vengeance, hunting down his brethren to reclaim his lost honour, one soul at a time. The game has a dark, moody atmosphere filled with ancient ruins, foreboding dungeons, and creepy catacombs that make you grateful of modern lighting. Raziel's unique ability to shift between the material and spectral realms adds a 4th dimension to puzzles, and it's pretty unique for the time. This game did very well and was a massive departure from the previous Blood Omen, opting for action-adventure over top-down RPG. Go on. Hop on then. How many tickles does it take to get an octopus to laugh? Tentacles. Tentacles. Bleeding hell. That's a good one, Dad. I started a new job as a tailor last week. It's been so-so. Hello there, my name is Morris, and this is my quick review of Perfect Dark by Rare, released in 2000 on the N64. Step into the world of corporate espionage as Joanna Dark, the slickest secret agent since James Bond misplaced his license to kill. Improvements have been made to the GoldenEye 64 engine, and the devs squeezed everything they could out of the hardware, with various lighting effects, character models, and even some basic physics. Controls are tight just like GoldenEye, but with minor improvements. I couldn't quite find a control scheme I liked, though curiously you can play with a controller in each hand, which is surely unprecedented. Multiplayer is a riot with friends on split screen. It's chaotic, fun, and endlessly replayable. Plus, it features customizable options and various modes to keep things interesting. Just watch out for those campers who will one-shot you through walls with the XR20. Voice acting's on point and the music's enjoyably catchy and full of intrigue. Perfect Dark is almost perfect. Though I think some of the level design could have been a bit better, we can overlook that for what it did for the genre. Go on. Hop on then. Why don't pirates take a shower before they walk the plank? They just wash up on shore.